WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Michael Sandlin. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are delivering their closing messages to voters across the nation this weekend in their battle for the White House. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides is in Atlanta, where Harris is leading one of several rallies.
We win this state, we're going to win the whole ball game.
Rallying in North Carolina, former President Donald Trump told supporters the economy and border security would be among his top priorities in the White House.
So I've come today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote on Tuesday, I will end inflation. I will stop the invasion of massive numbers of criminals that have come into our country.
Vice President Kamala Harris is also rallying in North Carolina today. The last Democratic presidential candidate to carry the state was President Barack Obama. Polls are tight in most swing states that could sway Tuesday's election, including Georgia.
Already voted. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous.
Hopefully they both have good intentions of bringing the country together. I think that should be one of the main things in keeping America first.
In Georgia, we have an opportunity in this election to finally turn the page on a decade of Donald Trump, who spends full time trying to keep us divided and afraid of each other.
This Atlanta rally is one of three the vice president is holding across battleground states.
The Harris campaign says she cast her vote by mail.
Those who haven't voted yet, let me just be clear, no judgment, but you still have time.
Communications Director Michael Tyler says the vice president wants to, quote, model behavior for other voters to continue to take advantage of the various modes of voting that we have. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Atlanta.
And early voting here in the Buckeye State continued today. You can still cast your ballot early at the Early Vote Center in West Toledo. It'll be open tomorrow afternoon from 1 until 5 in the afternoon. This is located on West Sylvania Avenue, down the road from the Franklin Park Mall. For more information when it comes to issues and candidates on the ballot, early voting hours, and much more, WTOL 11 has a full election guide over on our website at WTOL.com. The Franklin Park Mall is back open for business after part of the mall was shut down Saturday morning. Officials with the mall say the closure was due to an isolated situation that needed to be cleared by Toledo police. We did reach out to businesses in the mall. An employee at Bath and Body Works says the business was asked to close for 20 minutes this morning. The mall has since reopened for normal business hours. Ford representatives say the automaker will have to halt production at one of its plants later this month. The company will idle its plant in Dearborn starting on the 18th and until January 6th of 2025. This will impact hundreds of workers who will face more than a month without work heading into the holiday season.
Right now, even without this, a lot of my co-workers, they were talking about they got to drive Uber and, sell lunch just to make ends meet.
The Dearborn plant produces the all-electric F-150 Lightning pickup trucks. Ford reports its sales were down 20% in the third quarter of this year compared to last year. John?
Forecast includes more sunshine to round out the weekend. If you like today's weather, you're going to love Sunday's forecast. It is going to be sunny and a bit milder with temperatures climbing up into the mid-60s, but the breeze will be back with southeasterly winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Conditions over the course of Saturday evening have been beautiful. Calm winds and temperatures in the mid-50s, and enjoy those later sunsets because when we fall back an hour, sunset tomorrow is going to be at 5:25 p.m. with the end of daylight saving time. Over the course of Saturday evening, temps have been in the lower 50s along the lakeshore, mid 50s in the metro, and near 50 degrees up towards Monroe, Michigan. It is still going to be a rather cool morning, so keep in mind you'll need that heavier coat for the morning walk with temperatures that'll be in the mid to upper 30s. Heading into your afternoon, I do expect us to climb into the 60s. A few spots far south of Toledo like Putnam, Hancock, and Defiance counties could even creep up closer to the 70-degree mark. We fall back an hour, which does mean an extra hour of sleep, but it also means darker evenings. Sunset time now going to be at 5:25, although you will have more daylight in the mornings before work and school, and our sunrise time is now going to be after 7 o'clock a.m. Mostly sunny skies. There will be a few more clouds late in the day. Temperature around 64 degrees. It will be a bit breezy at times on Sunday with a southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour, and you'll need to get used to that wind because it is going to continue into the work week. Monday is going to turn much milder with those temperatures up in the lower 70s. An isolated 30% chance of a shower or two, but nothing widespread or steady. Election day, if you're voting on the day of, it is going to be a blustery day at the polls. Winds may gust 30 to even 40 miles per hour, and there could be some showers along with our next cold front. That front drops us back to the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday. Election day, 75 degrees. We are going to be near a record high temperature. The timeline for those showers looks to be primarily during the afternoon and early evening. So if you're voting on your lunch break or after work, it may be a bit soggy outside waiting at the polls. Southwest winds may gust over 35 miles an hour at times, and the hourly breakdown already mild at 8 a.m., 75 at noon, and temperatures gradually dropping in the evening in the wake of that cold front. We are going to come close to a record high temperature on Tuesday, a very breezy and mild election day, and the November 5th record that occurred just a couple years ago in 2022, where temperatures surged to 76. We will give a run for that high temperature record for your election day. Very warm Monday and Tuesday. Rain chances are only a 30% Monday, so I do expect mainly dry conditions. We're up to a 40% Tuesday with a very windy setting. Wednesday should turn much calmer as high pressure returns, and we have a nice stretch of weather Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Next weekend could bring renewed rain chances with scattered showers possible both Saturday and also Sunday. Michael?
All right, thanks, John. Culture Clash Records is hosting a fundraiser today to help save the 20-year-old business. Guests can enjoy some live music, art vendors, and food trucks outside, or they can shop the store's collection of vinyl records. Culture Clash's owner says this has been its toughest year for sales yet, but today he's feeling the love from the community.
The support's been huge. It's been really overwhelming. I've heard a lot of people say really kind words to us and tell me personal stories about what this record store means to them, which is, it's truly overwhelming.
The event continues until 8 p.m. Saturday night. Well, there are so many creative ways to dispose of jack-o'-lanterns, like giving them to local farms for a tasty treat for their animals. The Bracy Gold Bison Ranch accepts leftover jack-o'-lanterns for their bisons to have a snack throughout the fall. The goal is to provide an eco-friendly way to dispose of the pumpkins, keeping them out of the landfills and supporting local businesses. The drop-off also serves as a celebration of the farm with music, food trucks, and activities throughout the day.
It's just a tasty treat for them. It's also good for their digestive tract. So we like to give them the treat, and it also helps to get those rotting pumpkins off of people's porches.
Now keep in mind, it's not recommended to feed normal wildlife jack-o'-lanterns, but many cities do feature pumpkin drop-off locations. And now that Halloween is over, it's time for some Christmas shopping. The Proclaim FM's annual Christmas Craft Fair is one of the first of many Christmas art shows to arrive in time for the extended holiday season. The show features 60 crafters and vendors, providing an array of different gifts to choose from. Santa and Mrs. Claus have been starting to make their visits around town, and many people spent the day getting into the holiday spirit.
We have a good turnout every year that we want to keep doing this event, and we also love to do it for our crafters and vendors too. We have so many creative people in our community, and we want to give them an opportunity to show off their gifts and talents as well.
Proclaim FM's next event will be a Christmas dinner in December.
Every year I tell myself I'm not going to procrastinate this year. This will be the year I finally get a head start, but it always ends up being like third week of December and you still got some shopping to do.
I'm glad you're putting yourself in that mental frame right away, because I always forget. I'd always forget until last minute.
This will be the year. We'll get it done in November.
That's
At least
right.
We'll try. Well, looking at the forecast, Mike, we do have some sunshine tomorrow. Going to be a great day to round out the weekend. There is going to be a little bit of a breeze if you're hoping to rake some leaves tomorrow. Monday is likely to be a showery day with temperatures surging to the 70s. And if you're voting on the day of, Election Day is going to be very windy with 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts, although temperatures are going to be near record, climbing to the mid 70s. Calming down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and next weekend a little bit cooler with some rain showers. But as we head towards November, at least there's no snow in that forecast.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us here, and we'll see you again at 11 p.m. tonight. Take care.